Aloha, Dr. Summer Nicole here of Yoga Doctors TV. This video is about anger. And, I had a friend email me and ask me about this situation where she was just getting really angry at her house, trying to do her morning practice, and was wondering what to do with all of the anger that surfaces, what to do with all the energy, because it can be very, very intense. So this just happened to me like last week, whenever I was like walking out the door and my whole jug of bone broth and this like amazing herbal nourishing thing I had made for myself on my little hour drive just spilled all over the place, and I got so angry, and I needed something to do with all of that anger and all of that energy, because anger is such an intense energy. And so generally, there's three things that you could do with anger. One is that you can act if you have the time and the skills to go through like a full somato-emotional release, like using your body and going into where's the anger being held and what it's related to, like the deeper core, wounds of your anger. That's one thing. We don't always have time for that. And the second thing, which is this video, is actually just giving you a technique to expel and transmute the energy of anger. And then the third thing to do would be to actually just calm your system, because say you're walking into a meeting, or you're just not in the place where you have the time to either go through a full somato-emotional release on yourself, or like have the time to actually direct your anger in this way that I'm about to show you. So those are for other videos, so I'll do other videos on those, but this one's directly for, if you have like 3 to 7 minutes to help transmute this energy, this is what you're going to do. So anger is, it's said to be held in the liver underneath your right rib cage, and anger and resentment. So, whenever we're angered by something that seems seemingly small, it's a lot of the repressed anger that's just like right under the surface. And so, again, like sometimes you just don't have time to go into the depths of where that repressed anger is coming from. So what you can do is just actually direct the intensity of the energy like this. So this is a technique called controlled demolition, and it's from a book called Senses of the Soul from Guru Meyer. And it's an amazing book. I'll actually show you the cover. Amazing book for emotional therapy. And so you take fists just like this. For anybody that does any of these techniques, I'd always recommend you tuning in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, 3 times. That's to add this layer of protection to the practice and call upon your highest self for the practice. So it just kind of sets the stage. Find a quiet place. You can do this in your car if you don't have time for anything else. And you're just going to take fists very, very tight. Okay, and then the left hand is going to come right about the heart center, and the right hand is going to be just under the left hand. So the elbows actually stay in one place, and it's just shoulder rotation. So it looks like this. So it's a forceful movement, and you're going to stop right before you were about to hit your chest, you're going to stop it. So you're going to exert and also stop the blow of the force, okay? So that's the actual movement of the hands, and it's pretty fast, like fairly rapidly, okay, like that. Set a clock for, it's said to do 6.5 minutes. If you only have 3 minutes, do 3 minutes, okay? But if you can, do 6.5 minutes. And the mantra for it is HUD. So it sounds like H-U-D. H-A-R is a typical Kundalini mantra. That is, it means creative consciousness. It's like another name for God. But HUD, it sounds like H-U-D. Again, HUD comes from the navel. So you're going to pull the navel in. The tip of the tongue strikes the roof of the mouth. Okay? So it's HUD. And you're really gutturally pulling that energy up from the navel. And then you're expelling it through the arms, the hands, really, which are extensions of the heart. Okay? So you're helping to transmute that energy from the gut, solar plexus, all the way up through the heart. Okay? So 6.5 minutes, you'd start your clock. Tune in with the Adi mantra, and it looks like something like this. I'll show you. So your elbows stay in one place, remember. So it's HUD, 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 HUD. So just like that. So fast, okay, rapid. And whenever your little timer goes off at 6.5 minutes, you just take a big breath in, and then stop and hold and squeeze. So you like create some shaking and resistance in your arms. Okay, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, and then just expel your air through the mouth, like really powerfully. And you'll do that 2 more times, where you inhale through the mouth, hold, really create some resistance, and let your whole body shake really, and then that cannon breath through the mouth. Okay, so you do that 3 times total. And then when you're done, just place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left. And just, you'll find yourself, you might get really hot when you do this. Your heart rate might come up a bit, but you end with just like a little meditation of just bringing yourself down and into your body, and grounding the core of your being into the core of the earth. And you can stay there in meditation as long as you would like. But what I find, when I really get to the other side of anger is the other side of anger is actually a whole lot of clarity and a whole lot of empowerment. So that is the importance really of transmuting your anger. So this is so that you stop that pattern of repressing the anger and just kind of swallowing it down and acting like everything's okay, but that actually gives you a technique to transmute the anger. So I hope you give it a try. If you're a frustrated person, an irritated person, an annoyed person, a very sarcastic person, chances are you have a whole lot of repressed anger. And so this can be a really, really good one for you when you feel that surface, and just expel it. And I mean, you may do this for a 40-day sadhana if you wanted to. Do it once a day for 40 days and see how much you can transmute that energy and really get yourself to the other side of anger, and how much clarity and empowerment can come with that. So that's my hope for you. So I really hope that you'll give it a go. Let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to leave comments, and I'll also leave you a little link to a mantra that has HUD in there, so you can play it in the background. You don't necessarily have to go with the rhythm of it. You could totally do it on your own, but I'll give you a little a mantra to follow anyway. All right, aloha. Hope this helps you. Sat Nam.